Moving on to the UK for now, British Prime Minister Theresa May is facing her biggest challenge yet. Lawmakers from within her own party have challenged her leadership. May has answered questions in the British Parliament where she insisted that the only way to have a Brexit deal is to first agree to a deal. May has also warned that a leadership change at this time will risk Britain's future. Remember, the Brexit deadline is less than 4 months away, and a possible change of leadership could further complicate the process of Britain's exit from the European Union.
The right honourable gentleman talks about the impact on businesses. I'll tell you what Strasbourg last night. The way to ensure there is no deal is to agree a deal. That's the way you ensure there's no deal. But the right honourable gentleman talks about the impact on businesses. I'll tell him what will have an impact on businesses up and down this country. What we learned just a few days ago, that the Shadow Chancellor wants to change the law so that businesses will be affected by the fact that the Shadow Chancellor wants to change the law so that trade unions in this country can go on strike in solidarity with any strike anywhere in the world.
Earlier, the British Foreign Minister had backed Theresa May on the Brexit deal. He said, and I'm quoting, "I'm backing Prime Minister Theresa May tonight. Being PM is the most difficult job imaginable right now, and the last thing the country needs is a damaging and long leadership contest. Brexit was never going to be easy, but she is the best person to make sure we actually leave the EU on March 29. Let's get in further details from our correspondent Catherine Drew joining us from London. There's, of course, been a lot of lobbying that's been going on part of Theresa May, Catherine, to ensure that the next few hours go in her favour. But is Theresa May, is there someone better than Theresa May in this crucial scenario to actually take the Brexit deal forward?
Well, that's a very difficult question, and that's what the Conservative MPs will be addressing tonight. Now, current estimates put the number of MPs who have come out and supported Theresa May at between 158 and 174. Those are the estimates. Those are the MPs that have come out and said they will vote for Theresa May. So that takes her above that crucial threshold. She needs to win a simple majority. So half of her party plus one. So she actually needs 158 votes. But let's not forget that what MPs sometimes do, what lawmakers sometimes do and say in public isn't necessarily what they do and follow through on when they're taking part in a ballot, which of course will be anonymous. So we will have to wait for the results, and that will come around 9 o'clock in the evening UK time. But certainly this hard wing of her party, those Brexiteers who want to see the UK break away from Europe, perhaps without even a deal, without even a future trade deal, which many economists will say will cause chaos for the economy. That group had been hoping to oust her. At the moment, it's looking like they won't, but we'll have to wait to see.
So if that Brexit deal would mean chaos, Catherine, no Prime Minister or a change of guard at this time would also mean further chaos and uncertainty for Britain.
Oh, yes, definitely. And many of the MPs who've come out to support Theresa May say that they don't necessarily like her Brexit deal, and it's part of the Brexit deal which is so contentious, but that they feel and that they're hearing from their constituents that a leadership contest at this time would be extremely unwise. Obviously, as you mentioned before, we have a March 29th deadline. That's not really enough time to get the legislation that is needed through. So if you throw in a leadership contest in that, even if it was expedited, a new leader would only be on board in mid-January. So all that makes things very tight. And as Theresa May came out in Downing Street this morning and said that would mean that the new leader would have to put that Article 50 either on hold or to revoke it altogether. And of course, this is one of the cards that she must play. We do have a time limit, and that in some ways works in Theresa May's favour. We're running out of time, and she knows that, and some people think that she is sort of playing the clock so that MPs don't have much of a choice and will eventually vote for her deal when they're staring that no-deal scenario in the face.
All right, Catherine Drew, thanks very much for joining us.